Hey folks, welcome to this edition of You're Gonna Love Where You Live. Today, we're gonna be replacing some windows in this home behind me. Now there's a right way of doing this and a wrong way of doing it. And at Power, replacing windows is all about saving energy. So we're gonna show you exactly how that's done. So behind me is a typical double hung window that we're going to be replacing here today. This is a single pane of glass that's embedded in wood, and it's highly energy inefficient. We're going to be taking it out and replacing it with the SL2700 window manufactured by Northeast specifically for Power. You know, you can take the most thermally efficient window on the market, but if not installed properly, all that cold air is going to leak right around the outside. Here at Power, we do something called an AMA installation. AMA stands for the American Architectural Manufacturing Association. And we're going to use an installation master's installation technique. Those are very specific steps and barriers that have to go between the window and the home itself, ensuring that the installation is just as thermally efficient as the window. So the first thing that we need to do is get these old windows out of here. This homeowner, you can see, had storm windows put on their home. For years, they tried to stop energy loss, and storm windows just really aren't that efficient or a long-term solution for saving energy. Now that the storm windows have been removed, it's time to take out the window. You know, there's two ways to take out a window. You can take it out from the inside, or you can take it out from the outside. At Power, we choose to remove the window from the outside by cutting these outside stops and pulling the window out. You know, it takes a little bit more time to do it this way because we've got to work off of ladders. But if we didn't, the homeowner would be left with a mess of spackling and painting that would need to be done after the windows had been installed. So because we've removed everything from the outside, we've uncovered this rotten wood over on the left side of the window. That's something that's definitely need to be cut out and replaced. So we're going to go ahead and do that, ensuring that when our new window goes in, it stays there forever. So the window's out of the opening, and we've gotten it all cleaned up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the new window back in to the inside stop. That's this piece of wood trim that you see around the outside. We're going to put a silicone gel sealant in there so that as we pull the window in, it prevents any water or air infiltration around the outside. But what Mike's doing behind me right now is an extremely important step. He's capping the windowsill the whole way back to the stole. That way, as the new window goes in, goes back into the inside stop, joins together and is flushed with the silicone, anything that could or possibly get around that will catch in the pan and drain away from the house. You know, it's an extra step that we put in there. It takes a little bit more time to do it, but it's doing the job the right way, making sure the house is protected forever. Now that the seal pan is in and the wood rod has been replaced, it's time to set the new unit into the opening and secure it in place. Here's where the installation master's technique comes into play. Now, most companies are just going to seat the window into place, caulk it, and call it a day. Well, as time goes by, that caulk is going to begin to crack, allowing lots of airflow around the new window and a huge loss of energy. The steps that we take to ensure our installation is as thermally efficient as the new window are fairly time-consuming, but guarantee to stop energy loss. So the first thing that we're going to do is seat that window up against the inside stop. Then we're going to seal that with a silicone gel. Once that's been seated and sealed in place, we're going to wrap the outside with fiberglass insulation, making sure that any little gaps or pockets in the opening are insulated really well. We're going to go ahead and reseal that with a silicone gel up against an outside stop. And then use custom capping around the outside to finish it off. That's 6 steps in total, 6 barriers, making sure that we're not having any energy loss around the unit. So we talked about the multiple different barriers that need to be in place, making sure that the installation is just as thermally efficient as the window. That way we know that no matter whatever weather we run into, whether it be cold, hot, or wet, nothing's getting around this unit. So Power takes those 6 steps one step further with a 7th. We have all of our windows manufactured with a compression foam around the exterior of it. That way, when the window goes into the opening, the compression foam pushes up against the framing, stopping any and all air leaks. Up above the window, there's a piece of metal called a drip cap. It's a piece of flashing that prevents water that's running down your siding from getting behind your window, into your walls, and into your home. On this home, the drip cap just wasn't in very good shape, so we went ahead and custom made a new one. Now that everything's done and in place, we're going to use an exterior grade sealant that custom matches the color of the capping that we've done, giving us a superior looking finish. You know, it's just the little details that make a huge difference. Last thing to do is to seal up the inside with a paintable sealant and giving the window one last wash down. So today we're going to be taking out this large unit you see behind me. This is one big gaping hole for energy loss. It's a wooden window with just a single pane of glass. Now the homeowner has put some storm windows on the outside to try to help with some energy savings, but over time we've realized it just doesn't work that well. Today we're going to take this out. We're going to take out this wooden opening and we're going to put in a brand new bay window. It's going to push the opening out just a little bit, making the room feel a lot more spacious, but most importantly, it's going to be energy efficient, saving a whole lot of money in the wintertime and in the summer, because it's going to stop that cold airflow and it's also going to block out the heat. So one of the most important parts about doing a remodeling job is making sure that we preserve the appearance of the home. The exterior of this house has some pretty fragile siding on it. So you can see the prep work that we've put in to make sure that as this window gets removed, no outside damage occurs. We've got that all taken care of. Time to get this thing out, clean up the opening, and bring the new window in. All right, so we've got the window out. We cleaned out the opening, and it's now been reframed to support the size and weight of the new window that's coming in. You can see up here these large brackets that have been installed for a cable support system that's going to prevent this window from ever sagging forward. Again, these things, they just take a little bit more time to do it this way, but it's going to ensure an install that's going to look beautiful for all the years to come. The windows are replaced, they're capped and looking pretty, they're thermally efficient, and we're all done. That wraps up for this edition of You're Gonna Love Where You Live. Folks, we'll see you next time.